that is correct. We need the part of speech for sight, SIGHT. Could you look that up, whether it's a
Yes.
noun, an adjective, whatever it is?
It is a noun.
It's a
The
noun,
faculty or power of seeing.
power of seeing. Okay. Now, since you're maybe already there, this could help. What is the definition of SITE, and what is the part of speech of that?
Okay. It is a noun,
Okay.
an area of ground on which a town, building, or monument is constructed on, or a website.
Okay. So let's use the first one. The area of ground where something is constructed. Um, think of what you did over the weekend. You went skating.
Right.
Where did you go skating? How would you describe that as a site? SITE in a sentence.
Well, I went to the my rink, which is called the
Okay.
ice then.
So when somebody had the idea to construct a skating rink, what did they do? Because it wasn't a skating rink. They went out into the desert, we presume, because there wasn't land, anything built there. What did they do? They said this would be a great blank for a blank.
This would be a great site for an ice skating rink.
Exactly. So you just said it, and that's what you've got to get better at is okay, I'm gonna say it and then I'm gonna type it. This would be a great site for a skating rink. Because if I asked you to
I
type this, I don't think you would be able to do it really quickly like you just did when you said it, and that's what we're
Yeah,
working on.
I don't know why. I used to be able to say whatever I wanted to say out loud while typing it, but then this was like a while ago. I was working with a tutor to help me in English, and they were like, "You don't have to say it out loud. Just try your best to remember what you wanted to say in your head and then type it out." And then it didn't go well.
You have to do what works for you, and it's different for everyone. They talk about that like for losing weight and practicing a skill. You have to figure out what works best for you. I mean, we're all unique.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go up and look at every one as one word and every one as two words. Either one, could you look up? Let's start with the part of speech,
I'll do
and
the
then
one that's one word. It's a pronoun and it's every person.
okay,
Okay.
so let's how do we want to do this? Well, do you want to? I was thinking of giving you an example here. Uh, yeah. So what I'm not seeing is that link that we looked at last week. What is? Do you want to try making a sentence with the word everyone for us,
Can I say
please?
that everyone was in a crowded room? Or like, does that not work?
Uh, yes, that does work. Can you type that for us, please?
Yes. I hope I don't forget it. Where is the chat? There we go. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
As for the other definition of everyone, it's also a pronoun and it means each one.
Right. Yeah. So the difference is maybe, why doesn't it copy and paste? So the difference is that you're referring to a like a specific more whereas everyone is like a group. You could say like the group within a crowded room. Everyone referred to something about everyone having or doing.
Hmm.
Like what? How would you describe the people that are at the skating rink?
Oh, slow. Like I
Okay,
mean like the people that are skating for fun on a in a like for public skating, they're slow.
so that's the first one. That's everyone on the rink is slow. Okay. Now, if you talk about every one of the skaters, what would you say now? Because we're now talking about them as individuals. What can
Every
you say
one
about
of
them?
the skaters are slow.
No, like we want to talk about something that they all share that like is a like like a like yeah, this is where I got to be careful. I can't just write this in. I'll write this, but you can't use any of these words. Every one of the skaters is wearing a scarf.
Yeah. If it was outdoors, yes, I would
Okay.
100% agree.
So see I sort of picked something that that like they all share in common. Can't
Okay.
be slow though. Try that like how that works. It's not the best use of it. Uh,
Okay, every one of the skaters.
let's do it
Okay.
differently. Okay. There, do you have something?
Yeah, I was actually
Okay.
thinking
Go
of
ahead.
something
Go ahead. Go ahead.
because
Go
I
ahead.
I kind of used your idea of the scarves, but instead of scarves, I used jeans.
Okay, you can't do that. That's too similar. So let's change up altogether.
Okay.
Every one of the uh shoes that I have owned has what? Like, what's something about
Have
all the shoes that you have owned? Something like that.
laces.
That does work. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's look at the next grouping here. Who's who's okay. Let's start with the definition of who's.
Okay. Whose is a pronoun and
Okay.
this is belonging to or associated with which person? Okay, now I have to think of a sentence because I just thought of one in my head, but then I was like, never mind, it won't work.
This one's going to be tough. Who's is it's like I'll give you an example, I guess. Uh the person whose shoe is untied will be left behind. Okay, so
Okay.
the use of who's here is referring back to the person,
Mm-hmm.
but it's ownership of the shoe.
Got it.
So like
Um,
like if you want to follow the structure, it's fine. You would say like and you can't use this, but like the horse whose let's say they have a what do you put on a horse? Um the rider the horse whose saddle is too tight will be uncomfortable. Like you can use this structure, but I want you to try to not
can't I
use any of
like
these.
say who? Wait, never mind. Who's empty? Wait, sorry.
You got to be
Who's
careful here not to change the structure because if you change the structure, you're getting into the other category. Who
so?
is?
Can I use the woman who's
Yes.
blank? Okay, that's cool. I don't know if this makes sense, but I just sent it. I just sent it in the chat, by the way.
Take a look here. So this is an incomplete sentence.
Oh,
So we have to finish it. We have to add a little bit more. Woman
okay.
whose purse was left alone at the mall. Like what happened to it? Something happened. Like, did she go back? Did she call the police? Like, what did she do?
Uh,
Did she cry?
yeah, she cried.
Okay,
Because
well, so you gotta that's not a complete sentence, but you have to assume about that, like what the woman did. The woman whose purse was left alone at the mall, like something. Like there's more needed here. Like just say that out loud to yourself. The woman whose purse was left alone at the mall, like that's incomplete. You're setting up something, but you got to finish it.
is crying because she forgot it.
Okay, so go ahead and type that.
Okay, there we go.
Now look up the part of speech for who is or whose.
It's a definition and not, sorry, not the definition. It's a
Part of speech.
contraction
Okay.
and the definition is who is.
Okay, so you're basically writing a sentence with the word who is.
Who's there? That's too
It's,
simple though.
I don't recommend that. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's strive for like 7 words or more, which you've been able to do. So go ahead and type something. It's usually going to be in the form of a question.
Okay. Let me think of something. Okay, I just typed something.
Who is cooking dinner for tonight? Uh, does that actually read okay to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So the adjustment here would be who is cooking dinner tonight? This is only 4 words, so let's have you add a little more to that. Maybe after, like maybe what type of dinner you could describe or the time and place of the dinner. That would be another way to add some more
Okay.
information. Maybe who it's for.
Okay, yeah, sure. Does this work?
So you have to remove the word for. Who's cooking dinner tonight? Uh, no, 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 no. It's got to be no, no, no. So um you have to include like the words pasta and steak in that original question. Like who's cooking dinner? So pasta and steak could now be adjectives for the type of dinner.
Okay.
So maybe try it one more time.
Okay, I'll try. So I have to remove the four. Okay, there we go.
Okay. While this worked, this isn't really what I had intended you to do. That's okay. Let me try to explain what I was hoping you would do. If I could just get to where who is cooking the pasta and steak dinner tonight for the family at 7 p.m. This year we're adding information to it.
Yes.
What you added is more like I'm not sure what to call it exactly, but it's like it's another clause, is what it is, but it's not part of it's not really part of the sentence. It's like another thought. Whereas the way I've written it here is like a single thought. Who's cooking the pasta and steak dinner tonight for the family at 7 p.m.? So I'm not saying yours is wrong. It's just that it's easy. You can always add more clauses, but you want to include those clauses back into the original sentence or thing that we're doing. Okay, last one here is who and whom. Let's go for a definition of who, part of speech, and then
All right. For who? Okay. Okay, it's a pronoun. What or which person or people?
I would use it in a sentence or in a question, sorry, again. But it can't be who is. It has to be who, and then like trying to find out about someone or something. Again, it's always okay to go back to like something that happened. Think about when you lost something or you're trying to, remember something about someone.
I just typed in a sentence that I think could work.
Yeah, that's good. That is good. It's got enough words. It's something you did, so that's easier to remember. Very good. Okay, let's go to whom. Whom.
Okay, whom? It's a pronoun and used instead of who as the object of a verb or preposition.
That's all right. I was not ready for that. What's the you said an adverb?
No, it was a pronoun.
Pronoun. It's a pronoun. Okay.
Used instead of who as the object of a verb or preposition.
Okay, so for this one, why don't you do a search on a sentence with the word whom so you can get an idea and then rewrite it on your own
All right.
sentence with the word whom.
There we go.
From whom did we receive the flowers? Okay, that worked. I would probably remove the word from.
All right.
That seems redundant. The from whom did we receive those flowers? From whom did we receive those flowers? Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now we got to find some new ones, and I'm trying to find a few that are more common. So here's one that I think would be good. You want to click on that link in the chat
Okay.
because we can pick ones that aren't useful, or we can pick ones we might actually use in real life. Farther and further. I feel like these are ones that are misused quite a bit. So give me a definition for farther, and it is there in the link there.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Farther refuses to the length or distance,
Okay.
and then
So what this
further means to a greater degree.
so what this doesn't give us is the part of speech. So you're gonna have to look that up on your own.
Okay. So for farther, it's an adverb.
Okay. Now look, they give you a sentence with the word farther in it. Could you write your own sentence?
Yeah. I just typed something in the chat yeah.
Uh,
Does it work?
yes. Yes, it does. It does. I'm just double
Yay.
checking. Yeah, it does work. Okay, let's do the same thing with the other one. Give me the definition of further.
All right.
You can see it typically refers to, well,
It's
I'll
an
let you,
adverb. It's an
okay?
and at, to, or by a greater distance
Or time.
or time. Yeah.
That's the big one. So again, yeah, try to look at those examples and see if you can come up with one that you feel like.
Okay. Okay. There we go.
House is at the further end of the street. This is more like the previous one. You want to say something about something. Um, I don't know that this is correct. Like this is not maybe the best way to do it. So let's look at the example again. Example said, something like plan requires further study.
Okay.
So you think about something where you need to do more of something. Think about something you're doing in your life right now where you need to just do more of it.
I need to read more.
Okay. So, something about, okay, that's true. That's not the right, that's gonna be tough to put into a sentence. Like further study, when it says the plan requires further study, if you're seeing that on the page there where it gave the example, they're saying like this thing needs more time to develop.
Got it.
So think about something that you're doing. Um, reading is like the thing to do, but what are you trying to accomplish by reading?
Trying to get a better idea of the story.
Okay, let's use a different example then. Um, the all right. The decision to go to college requires further investigation. So
That
the
works.
right, but you can't use that. You've got to
Yeah.
think of something that means further like planning, further action, further practice, further um or the other one is you give a situation and you say we should be further along. We've spent 3 hours in the car, we should be further along.
Okay. I'll think of something.
That works.
Yay.
Okay, good. Like that. Okay, so I've tried to pick a couple more here. Fewer and less is the next group. I think
Okay.
is a useful one. Uh, so it's the next one down in that list.
All
If you
right.
want to look for that. Same thing. I think it's good to start with the part of speech and the definition.
All right. Fewer is an adjective and it means a small number.
Okay. All right. So you want to try writing a sentence with that?
Does what I typed in the chat work?
Yes, excellent.
Yay.
All right. So let's do the same thing here for less.
All right.
Part of speech, and then the
All right. Less. Less is a. There's a lot of part of speeches for it.
just pick one. It doesn't really matter. There, it depends on the context. But
It says it's a pronoun,
okay.
a smaller amount or quality of something.
I mean, that's really similar to the previous one. So,
I know.
um, but think of it as like a comparison. Comparisons.
Okay.
Well, actually, you did that for the previous one. Think about how much you practice. Uh, that might be a good one, or like a fluid. You know, if you're drinking water, or something. We're maybe saying, less. I would like less than. Is a good way to incorporate the word less. Um,
All right. Um, I don't know what I said in the chat works, but I think it does.
Click here. We need to talk less. All right. That's not passive aggressive, is it? Where you're telling me
No,
that, is it?
no, that's how I tell my friends. I'm like, shut up. I'm trying to work on my homework. 'Cause-
I agree.
Yeah, that's not targeted to you. Don't worry. We're not trust me, it's not. It was like the only thing I could think of on the top of my head. I'm like, what do I tell my friends all the time? Because they start texting me the moment I'm working with you, so I have to be like, stop talking to me. I'm busy. So
That's
yeah.
good. Okay, so the next one is immigrate and emigrate, and then Y and lay, and we're done. So we're almost there. Look up immigrate and emigrate.
Immigrate and emigrate. Okay, I know immigrate is kind of okay. Is it immigrate? Yes. Immigrate is a verb, and it says to
Verb.
come,
Okay, it's a verb.
and it says to come live it permanently in a foreign country. I can type so much stuff about this.
Which one sentence is needed?
I know. Can I say immigrated instead of immigrant?
You could provide, you really want to use the same form of it. So, it's like, uh, I decided to immigrate, or she decided to immigrate, or she
Yeah.
will immigrate. That would be, or he, whoever you want to do it.
Okay. Okay, I just typed something.
He is an immigrant. No,
Does it not
he
work?
it does not work. You have to say like will immigrate. Probably the easiest use of it. Will immigrate. Like he
Oh,
will
okay, cool.
immigrate, and then give me more than that. Like give me more than just she will immigrate from Poland. Like give me more words than that. Like
So like I should
tell me when, tell me why, tell me where she's going.
okay, there.
All right, so you don't immigrate to Boston. We have to say, yeah, the United States.
Massachusetts.
It's countries.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
to the
Let me
United
just change
States.
that
All
really
right, that's all right. I
quickly.
got it. I got it.
Oh,
Um,
no.
all right, so let's use now the other one, emigrate.
It's a verb. Leave one's own country in order to settle permanently in another.
Well, so how is that different than the one that we just wrote?
I don't know. Well, what's the difference? Hold on.
Well, okay, so these are all from the ones that on that website. I guess I
I
thought you
think
were.
the difference between immigrate and emigrate, I think immigrate means just to visit the country, but emigrant means to stay permanently. Because according to my parents, you have to stay in the United States for maybe 3 to 4 years to become an actual citizen. So yeah, that's what they told me because are they came from Europe to live here.
Okay,
So
well, that's fine. So let's put a sentence together with that.
okay, cool. Okay, do I use like the same thing? Will that like the will immigrant? Should I use the same thing for emigrant?
Yeah, you can say maybe they will emigrate, and then
Okay,
something, but don't use the same.
the
Like
same
what?
country and
Well,
yeah,
make it a different. They will make it a different sentence altogether because that like the point here is not to rinse and repeat. It's to develop your language skills. And if you
yeah.
just rewrite the same sentence, like they will emigrate from Poland to the United States, that's not very helpful to you.
All right.
Okay, which is the same sense. I'm asking for um like a different like and okay. So like they will emigrate from Canada to follow their dream of
Living in
living,
Australia.
or if you can't do that, you can't like something, a different angle on it, a different um
Okay, so okay, I'm gonna just try something else. Does this work?
uh, the like what I don't want you to do is use the same words as me. And and that just because of time, I'm gonna grab this, but like you said you can come up with a lot of like sentences about this, and I think you can. Try not to be, and that's why I'm debating actually whether to give you any more sentences because I think that it's too helpful. Um,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, we'll just leave it like that. Okay, lie and lay. Let's see if we can quickly get this one done. Um, these are also commonly misused.
Okay. Okay, lie is a verb and it says to be in or assume a horizontal or resting position on a supporting surface, or it's a noun, the way, direction, or position in which
That's good.
something
That's good.
lies.
So
Yeah.
that's good. What I want you to do now is write a sentence, and let's do this where you just write a sentence, and I'll just tell you whether it's right or wrong,
Okay.
rather than us focusing on me giving you a sentence.
Okay. Um, I just typed in a sentence, by the way.
Okay. Um, so this is correct, but it's written oddly, but that's okay. This might be a better way for us to do this. Don't lie down on pavement for too long when it's sunny out. So the difference between what you wrote and what I wrote is that while I understand what you're saying, don't lie down in the sun for too long, it almost sounds like you're lying down inside the sun. But I think what you meant is like, don't lie down outside for too long when it's sunny out. And I'm just saying, I'm just giving like another detailed statement, but you could say that. I think that's what you meant. Is that true or not? Or am I way off? If you're speaking, I'm not hearing you.
Oh, I wasn't.
Okay. Am I way off or is that what you meant?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. All right. So let's do this. We're going to continue with English after the break. We'll do one
Okay.
more sentence here. Um, you're welcome to do it, in the break, or you can take a break yourself. But we'll start back. I'll do that. We'll move on to the other assignment. Okay. You should
All right.
have another email that was sent to you. There's like a small chance that that link doesn't work that I sent you. If it doesn't work, um, go and use the one we just used.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. I'll see you in about
Thank
10 minutes.
See you in 10 minutes.
Bye.